Good Wednesday morning and welcome to GBN Live. I'm Todd Cartner, your host, and we are so glad you guys are with us today. We already have a few people joining us, so that's great. Hopefully that'll just keep on climbing right on up. I do want to remind you guys, if you are watching on Facebook, please make sure that you either accept the terms that you'll see on Facebook or go to that StreamYard.com/Facebook to make sure that you accept the terms. Otherwise, we can't see you, so we don't know that you who you are. It just says Facebook user, and you won't be able to enter that contest at the end so that we give away that free gift card to walk-ons for $25. I see Michelle's on here. Good morning, Michelle. We appreciate you joining us. Guys, tell us where you're from if you are watching as well, so we know where you're tuning in from. We also want to thank our sponsor, Grand Strand Law Group, with locations in Myrtle Beach and North Myrtle Beach, and you can reach them at 843-492-5422. They are our real estate attorney, and they also do wills and trusts and that kind of stuff. So we appreciate them sponsoring the show. I see Skylar Bird in here. That's the one and only Skylar Bird. Good morning, Skylar. We appreciate you joining us as well. So make sure you do that StreamYard permission so that we can see who you are and we can make sure that we have you in here. And hold on one moment, because there we go. I'm hiding it. I am producing the show again today, so that's always wonderful. We got Walter joining us. Hello and good morning, Walter. We appreciate you tuning in on Facebook as well. So guys, this week we have with us Mike Cummings, who is with Floor Coverings International right here in Myrtle Beach, and he is a part of our Myrtle Beach chapter. And he's going to be coming on to us here in just a moment. So stay tuned for Mike, and we're going to get all kinds of questions. Remember, if you have any questions whatsoever for today's guest or GBN in general, make sure that you answer or ask those in your in the platform that you're watching on, and we will be glad to try to get those on the air. Just looking at a couple more comments that are coming in. So that's awesome. So let's go and get started, guys, and stick around because GBN Live is next. All right, just getting everything set up, and we have Mike Cummings with us here. Morning, Mike.
Hey, good morning. How you doing, Todd?
I am super. Thank you so much for joining us today. We're excited to learn about all your products and the services that you carry with us and offer to the public. So tell us a little bit about yourself first and where you're from, family, that kind of stuff.
Well, I was originally born in New York City, raised upstate New York, which is quite different from New York City.
Yeah, 100%.
Absolutely. We're on the Vermont border, almost in Canada. So, that cold was just something that I got used to and did it and adapted to. But when I came down here to the beach, I said, "Oh my, I like this." That's great.
There's one great thing that came out of Vermont, though.
Oh yeah, what's that?
Ben and Jerry's ice cream.
Oh, Ben and Jerry ice cream is fantastic.
Chunky Monkey, baby. That's my favorite one.
I'm a Cherry Garcia.
Yeah, that's good too. I like Cherry Garcia too. I've only had it a couple times, but it is good. So I don't think they have any bad ice cream. It's actually it's addictive. That's the problem. So how long have you been in the flooring business, and kind of what got you into that?
I've been in the flooring business now for about 5 years. And I was in corporate America for years and years, and I'd always wanted to start my own business. So my wife and I sat down and we kind of talked it through, and we started looking at some franchises, and we got it down to 4 franchises, and 2 of them were retail. We decided we didn't want to really have a retail setup.
So not all flooring stuff.
Oh, not all flooring stuff. Yeah, other things. And we finally got it down to 2, and we decided that we really enjoyed the flooring market more than anything. I'm a materials engineer by training.
There you go.
So that really was what kind of swung it for me is getting into the details. A little bit of a geekdom,
Yeah, that's true. See, Terry's watching us this morning. She says, "Hi, Mike." Hi, Terry. Thanks for joining us as well. I will tell you, if you go on to Harrelson Boulevard that goes over to the airport, go past the mall, there is a large 2-story building, kind of a tan color on the right-hand side, and I cannot ever remember the name of it. But I did not know this until recently, that building, inside of there, they print the design that goes on LVP flooring.
Oh, that's fantastic. I didn't
Who would
realize
have known
either.
that
Yeah.
was here? Because that's, I mean, their name doesn't say that. But yeah, I met somebody that works there, and I'm like, that's kind of, they come up with the designs and they print them there, and then they ship them to the flooring company that puts it on their base product. So, you know, depending on, you know, there's so many different underlays. Some have padding built in, some don't,
Right.
whatever. They print them, ship them to the companies, and they put them on their product.
That's fantastic.
So yeah, it might be, maybe we could go do a tour of the plant and see. That might be fun.
That would be fun. Absolutely.
So before we get started into all your products and stuff, one of the things that is different with your model is you have a mobile design studio, mobile showroom, if you will, and you have a consultation that you do in their home as opposed to in a retail location. Tell us a little bit about that and how that works.
Well, these days, everything's going mobile, and we fit right into that program. What the goal is to make it as convenient and easy for our customers as we possibly can. So by bringing all the samples to them, we have over 3,000 in each of our mobile showrooms.
Oh, wow.
So we can have a little bit of everything for everybody. So what's also great is people get to see it in their own home. They see the style, they can match their style. It's amazing the difference in light now. You know, you're going from LEDs, you know, going to LEDs from the old style lighting, and just that change in lighting can change the way things look. It also allows someone to decorate right there on the spot. So it's a much more convenient process for our customers.
Yeah, and it's funny that you say that because I remodeled my master bathroom a few months ago, and it was dark. There was no natural light in there, so I put a couple of 1 foot by 3 foot lights, or windows rather. I don't know why I said light. Windows in the bathroom to let some natural light in, and it completely changed the colors that I was planning to put in there. So I went and had to select something different because I didn't like it once the natural light came in. So that was it. It was bad. It just wasn't the look I was looking for.
Right.
The tile that I put in the shower the natural light brought out a lot more blues, where I was trying to go more of the gray tone. So it was kind of interesting. So we talked about the mobile design studio. That is like a little Sprint van or a Nissan van, those short little vans, but you have 3,000 samples in there.
Yeah, believe me, we wedge them in there. They're tight. It's
there's a way to pack it, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So not only are you showing the different types of products, and this is everything. This is carpet, tile, flooring, or any kind of flooring, right?
LVP, hardwood, everything.
Yeah. So when you have those samples in there, you have all the colors that are available.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm going to share something, guys. When I was younger, I used to work for a furniture store. And the thing that I hated the most was changing out the fabric samples because they would discontinue stuff every month.
Oh, yes.
And you had to go through and find that style number and throw it away. Then you had to put new style numbers in. That's got to be a challenge in a mobile design studio.
Every year we go through that, especially in the spring. Most of the flooring manufacturers will bring out new styles in the spring, and then we will replace old boards and discontinued boards and with new ones. And it's funny how every year, for the first 3 years, every year we get 2 boards to put in for every board we took out.
Oh, jeez. Well, you're expanding your product line.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
more recently, though, the manufacturers are rationalizing their lines and cutting back on some things. So, you know, if someone's got a project that they're thinking of that where they bought some flooring a while back, they may want to check to see if it's not being discontinued here in the current environment. They're rationalizing due to COVID and the number of products that they do.
And so many of them are so similar anyway.
Oh, yes.
You know, I see Terry's joining us here. Hey, Terry, we appreciate you joining us. And my buddy Tim down there with Next Level Mobility, he's joining us today. Hey, Tim. We appreciate you guys. If you have any questions, make sure you get them in the comments so we can get those on air as well. And you know, that's you came up with a great comment there that with these styles changing as much as they are, if it's not selling, they get rid of them because they are downsizing because of COVID and whatever. I put LVP through my entire house. And I had a back room that was 22 by 22 foot. That's just like a Carolina room, but it's huge.
Mm-hmm.
I'd done everything in the house except that. It was a brand new product that I bought. I did the whole house. And then when I finished, I said, I need to go do the back room. The product hadn't been out 6 months and they had already discontinued it.
Oh,
and
wow.
I got everything local except 2 boxes. I was 2 boxes short. And I had to get them from California. I paid 3 times as much shipping to get them from California as I did for the box itself. So it's crazy. So you talked a little bit about what you offer: carpet, which are tons of different grades in itself.
Absolutely, the ranges it's incredible.
It is, and it's really ridiculous.
Yeah,
Get a contractor grade and get a nice grade and be done with the rest of it.
There you go.
I think they probably reduce the cost by doing that. What do you think?
Because
they're not having to carry that on the inventory side.
And one of the things that's changing in the carpet market is they're going to a lot of these squares, the glue down squares, as opposed to the roll goods.
Are you seeing that in residential too?
That's starting in residential as
well.
Wow. And then the reason is getting installers to be able to install it. There's fewer and fewer installers available to install rolled goods.
Yeah.
Because it's racking on their bodies, and it's a less efficient way of doing things.
I'll tell you a funny story. Today's Wednesday. Monday, I was at one of our rental properties, and they were installing carpet in one of the units next to us. And they were out in the yard or in the driveway cutting the carpet and everything else. So they cut the piece. 2 guys carried it in. The lady in the parking lot backed right over the rest of the roll that was laying on it. It was tire marks right across it. And I'm like, somebody is not going to be happy.
Oh, absolutely. It's amazing the things that happen. It really is.
It was funny. It was kind of funny, actually. So, we got Yulitza in here. I see Yulitza. Hold on a minute. Yulitza says, hi, Mike. We appreciate that. Now, guys, I do see a Facebook user here that says good info. I don't know who you are because it does not tell me. So make sure you go to StreamYard.com. Let me see if I can get that banner back up right quick. Here it is, StreamYard.com/Facebook, and accept those terms so I know who you are, please. So, yep, that's always fun there that we have to take care of that. But we also, Terry Ann is saying, what is the most durable flooring for folks with dogs that won't be damaged? Did you read our questions from ahead of time here, Terry? You got to cut their nails first. So that's the big thing to make sure it doesn't scratch. But we'll go ahead and answer that question.
Well, the secret's the wear layer. There are a variety of wear layers. Used to be like with hardwood, what they would do is coat it with polyurethane.
Right.
And polyurethane is actually pretty soft, but it could be very thick, so you could wear it down. Now that with the ultra high powered lights that they have in these manufacturing plants, what they'll do is they take these ceramics like alumina, and they will put it down in a wear layer in various thicknesses. So it's a combination of how thick the wear layer is and what type of material they're using to put it on there and how it's processed at the plant that gives you the best strength. So it can vary from a given product depending on what wear layer they put on each of the products. But in general, with pets, the most popular material is luxury vinyl planks, LVP. And the reason for that is it's not only it's got great wear resistance, but it's also 100% waterproof.
Right. Now, speaking of that, great question there, Terry Ann. And I also see Curtis is in here. Hey, Curtis. And we appreciate you joining us. What is the difference between the LVP and the laminate? Because a lot of people kind of intermingle those, I find. Do you?
Yeah, people do use it interchangeably. There is a big difference. Laminate came first, and laminate is like a pressed wood. Okay, and what happens to it? It's fantastic and strong and beautiful, and they did a great job of inventing that product. The only issue it has is in areas where it gets water on it. If water sits on it, it'll tend to react with the wood. It'll curl up and pull away. So luxury vinyl was the solution to that. It's a vinyl product, so it's 100% waterproof, and they can also put the same kind of picture and wear layer on it that you do with the laminates. So it definitely is replacing a large portion of the laminate market. And
I think if we took it back, or take us all back 10, 12 years ago when Pergo flooring was so popular, it was laminate. It wasn't LVP when they first came out. Right. So what we're experiencing this in some of our rental properties that we had that in from then, or from that time frame. You even just mopping it, it will make the corners curl up, and then it looks horrible. It looks horrible once that happens.
Oh, absolutely. And in cases with where it's on slabs, concrete will hold water and moisture, and then you can get that coming from below as well.
Right.
So it's a product that we're replacing quite often. I mean, in situations where there's no water, it's a wonderful product. But whenever there's some kind of water involved, that kind of thing, we recommend LVP.
Yeah, that's great. Casey's on here. Thanks for joining us. Casey says, I love that flooring. Let's see. We also have Skylar says, what if I have children? Are you hiding something from us, Skylar? We didn't know this. Skylar says, what if I have children and I'm worried about spills and messes? Would that change the type of flooring I should get? Good question.
That's a great question. With spills, carpet in general is probably the most problematic around spills, although they've come up with some great new products in carpet that handle spills. But probably with children, luxury vinyl is built for children, just as it is with pets. It's very, very robust. It can handle spills. It can handle running a race car along the floor,
right?
Grandchildren running along, dogs running along, and it's a great product. It also can have a little bit of softness built into it. There's different cores with it that can make it easier on the feet as well. And of course, tile and hardwood are also excellent products, and both have been around for centuries. So they're beautiful as well, and can be very robust as
and
well.
With the LVP, they also have different thickness of the padding that you can either get built onto it or that you can get to go under it. And I always was told, and you may defunct my my knowledge here, but I was always told that you can go with a lower quality carpet as long as you go with a higher grade padding that will make up that difference. That carpet will absorb a little bit more of the wear and tear with a higher grade padding underneath it.
Well, it's more about the feel than the quality of the carpet. What happens now with cushions these days, they've also embedded put a moisture barrier on the cushion as well, so that if you have a spill, you can actually spill something, or if your dog or cat has a little accident, it would go down and go into the pad, and then they'd smell it, and it was considered an okay to do it again.
Right.
So nowadays there's a moisture barrier there that you can put down, and when you dampen it up, it'll come right up. And the fibers now, instead of, it used to be sprayed on the stain resistance was sprayed on. Now it's actually built into the actual fiber itself. So when they pull the fiber, it's got the stain resistance in it. So it's amazingly less likely to spill, to have a spill on it. And in fact, some of them, they even have where they put the moisture barrier on the bottom of the carpet.
Oh, nice.
And I saw actually a pickup truck lined with the carpet, and then they filled it with water to make it like a carpeted pool.
Oh, wow. That put a lot of weight on the truck, though, wouldn't it?
Yes, absolutely.
Yep. So let's see here. Let's get some. Deb says, awesome info. Thanks, Mike. And she also said, what is the average lifespan of LVP?
Well, the average lifespan, I mean, it's vinyl, so it's pretty much, impregnable,
Right.
But the warranties on it can be anywhere from 10 to lifetime warranties, and pretty typical one is around 25 years.
Yeah.
So
that's awesome. So thanks for that question, Deb. I've got one more here for Casey, and then we got another. She said, how do I clean my blonde bamboo flooring? It has worn over the past 10 years and has held up great. There are some worn spots where the office chair has wheeled over it. Can that area be buffed out?
Bamboo is fantastic stuff. It's beautiful and very robust, and you can get individual people who can come in and do some cleaning on it and buff it up. Depends on exactly what bamboo you have, but a lot of times we use Bona or Bruce for cleaning bamboo, and that generally does a good job. If it needs to be buffed, that's a little bit more work.
Yeah. Give Mike a call and he can come out and take a look at it, and we can figure that out. So before we go to the break, I know that we talked about this a little bit before the show too, but you guys have like a 10% rule when it comes to estimates. And I think this is important because we were speaking about it this morning in our chapter about concrete work, whereas the first estimate came out, it was like $1,200 to do the same size. The next estimate was $1,800. And then one, I think, went up to $2,800 to do the same job. So tell us a little bit about that 10% rule and why that's something that people should consider.
Well, the 10% rule, what that does is it helps you understand whether or not your people are comparing apples and oranges. Sometimes, one person hears something and they hear something a little different than another. And when they put their bid in, it's done totally different than the other person. Right. And it may or may not be what you're really looking for, but it's an indicator that, hey, there's something that hasn't been communicated properly, and it's best to take a look at all the bids again to make sure you're getting what you want, and they're all in.
And it could be something as simple as they didn't include padding on one of the lower estimates or whatever,
or moving the furniture, or
exactly.
Trim or something like that. Yeah, absolutely.
So that's awesome advice, guys. Stick with us. Make sure that if you have any questions that you get those in the comments so we can get them when we come back. But stay around. GBN Live is going to be next right after this commercial break.
Hi, I'm Justice Ann. I've been a canine liaison at Grand Strand Law Group for 30 years. What's that? You don't believe me? I meant 30 dog years, of course. First rule of lawyering, read the fine print. Anywho, my humans at Grand Strand Law Group have a combined 20 years experience. I know, not as much as me, but that's in people years. So yeah, still pretty impressive. Real estate, estate planning, or probate, you need GSLG.
Grand Strand Law Group. Trust us, we have a dog.
Great Business Networking grew out of the idea that by creating lasting friendships within the community, we can make the community even better.
I was looking to network with professionals and to be able to refer my clients to somebody that I trust.
Well, it's really important to trust the members of the group because we really generate quality referrals, and to know somebody, be friends with them, and get that the qualified referral is the key to success.
It is networking, but it doesn't feel like networking, and that is important to me. I come to the meetings, I have fun, I make great connections, and I help grow my business.
GBN, these are some of the best professionals in the market, and having that resource available to me, that's priceless.
Well, GBN is a network of business professionals that build long-lasting friendships that will not only grow my business, will grow yours as well. That's what referral marketing is all about.
GBN really is the most important marketing for your business. Check us out today. All right, guys, welcome back to GBN Live. I'm Todd Cartner, your host, and with us today we have Mike Cummings, who is with Floor Coverings International, and we appreciate him here. Guys, you have had a ton of great questions so far, so please make sure that you keep that up so we can make sure Mike answers them all. But Mike, let's talk about your warranty program. I know that's always important when it comes to products and services that are out there, but tell us about your warranty program, because I know there's some good ones.
One of the things that we concentrated on when we were putting together what products we'd put in our mobile showrooms was the warranties. So we only use good quality with good warranty products, and warranties will range from anywhere from 5 years for indoor outdoor carpet to lifetime for various things, tile and LVP and hardwoods, those kinds of things. We honor the warranty. The key to warranties, though, is installation. You have to install to the specifications of the manufacturer. So as long as we do that, which is what we do all the time, your warranty's valid and in effect. And then we also have a separate labor warranty to make sure that we put things together right and do things the way they're supposed to.
And that's so important because every product requires different techniques of laying or whatever. It's just like one of the things I did with the shower. It required a certain waterproofing. There were like 3 to choose from, but you had to use one of those 3 or it avoided the warranty.
Right.
And so that is important. So I know how important it is to have budget, but people understand. I'm sure everybody really knows this, but when you redo a bathroom or you redo a kitchen or you redo flooring throughout, it increases the value of your home, and that's important. And some people think, I just can't afford this. I've got a budget, I can't afford it. But you guys have a pretty decent little payment plan or financing type thing that's available. Tell us a little bit about that.
we can help with financing, from things like where we just have a straight out financing plan, or 1 year same as cash, where there's a monthly payment, that kind of thing. And there's a variety of them. We're glad to talk to anybody about how they'd like to approach it, what's best for them.
And everybody's going to be different, and every project's going to be different. So yeah, so that's great. So reach out to Mike for that. We talked earlier about the free consultation that you do in your home and stuff. What's included in that consultation, and what's included in the estimate that you give?
Well, what we'll do is we'll bring the mobile showroom to your home, and then come in and get to know a little bit about you, what you're looking for, what your lifestyle is, why you're looking for floors at this point in time, and what your ideas are. What is it you're looking for?
You want to make sure that flooring matches Terry's 16 animals and Skylar's 15 kids.
Absolutely. those are always key factors, no doubt about it. And then we also want to keep the interior decorator in the home happy, with the color choices and the textures and those kinds of things as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Sometimes that's not always the misses.
Right. Exactly. So, once we kind of get that information, we'll go through and we'll take a laser system and we'll measure the house, the rooms that you want to do. And then we can go out to our mobile showroom and bring in the appropriate samples for you to look at. And, that varies on how many, people want to see. Some people like to go, keep it a limited sample. Some people like to look at a lot of things. Either way, it's what makes you happy that counts. And so we'll bring those in, let you make your choices. And then in most cases, we can give you pricing and total cost of the project right there in the home. Now, there can be things included. We do move furniture, we do tear out, we'll put in trim, quarter round, those kinds of things, and then put it all back in place. Depends on what you want and what you're looking for, and then make your home the beautiful place that you want it to be.
Skylar says he only has one kid.
Sometimes it just seems like 17. Right,
Skylar? That's awesome. So guys, hey, if you want to enter the contest, let's get Dancing Debbie up here right quick. And remember that you need to put in hashtag GBN Rocks. Let me put that banner up as well to make sure that everybody types it in correctly. And there you go, hashtag GBN Rocks. So as long as she stays up, we will make sure that you can enter into the contest. But make sure you put that in there so we can get you in. So we talked a little bit about this before, Mike, but I guess I want to know two things. What's the most popular products right now? Not necessarily brand and style, but what type of product, LVP, laminate, etc. And then what do you feel is the most durable? And I know that sometimes it depends on what the use is, but try to elaborate on that a little bit for us.
Well, in general, the most popular product these days is LVP, and the network TV is helping that a lot, pushing that a lot. And it's also
HGTV. Or HGTV.
HGTV, exactly. And they are. And the reason it's popular, we're at the beach, so you got people bringing in sand, you got people bringing in water, especially rental properties. You need something that's robust, that's not going to be taken care of like it should.
Right.
Be, I had a buddy who had some hardwood floors. He spent hours and hours and hours refinishing them, and within 2 years, his kids had tracked in enough sand they made paths in there to ruin it. And it just broke his heart, broke my heart seeing it. So
yeah,
that's the kind of thing that's going on. Now, the most robust flooring, well, it stands the test of time. The Coliseum was built 2,000 years ago. Tile it is. Tile is by far the most robust. The biggest issue I think with tile is that you drop something on it, it breaks.
Right.
That kind of thing, and it's a little hard to walk on. But tile's definitely the most robust. But in the end, the hardwoods are very robust, and so are the luxury vinyls. And the reason for both of them is they're putting those wear layers on top now in different thicknesses with different materials, and that's what helps them last longer. Your hardwoods you may get some dents in them and that kind of thing, and sometimes UV will affect hardwood a little bit more than it does luxury vinyl.
But some people like those little divots and stuff in the hardwood because it gives you that character that, it depends on the style of your home. But yeah, I agree with that.
Absolutely. There's some hardwoods that are called hand scraped where they'll have definitely have textures and stuff like that. But the LVP, to compete with that, they actually make it, it's embossed and registered is what it's called. And when you put your hand on it where there's a picture of the knot, you can feel it.
You can feel it. Yes, I've seen that. Yeah.
And you can feel the texture of the floor. So it's all about what you're looking for and the look you're going for, from rustic to classic to contemporary, whatever it is, anything in between that makes you happy. Those things can work, and they can all be very robust products.
And you're starting to see a lot of tile flooring. It's very popular in showers now to do a 1 foot by 2 foot shower piece, which is not actually that size. I think it's
it's
12 11 inch.
It was 11
inches, whatever. Yeah, but still a 12 by 24 piece.
Right? Yeah.
But you're starting to see a lot of tile for flooring in bathrooms that is the same as a plank of 6 inches by 36 inches or 48 inches or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You're starting to see a lot of that, and I actually like it. I actually was down in Charleston a while back and was on a trip, and brand new hotel I stayed in, and they had that in there, and it looked beautiful. It was gorgeous. I don't know why a hotel would spend that kind of, because it was a comfort suites. It wasn't even wasn't a Hilton or something like that, but it looked great. And
they do. They look wonderful. Some of these wood look tiles are fantastic. They really are.
Yeah.
And the 12 by 24 is very common in showers. We've done a lot of showers that way. And we've put them in where you have the tile up there and then the hardwood tile on the floor, and it goes together beautifully.
Yeah, it does. It really looks nice. Terry has a question. She said, do you offer carpet stretching, and do you have a Facebook page so we can refer you via social media?
Yes, I do have a social media page, Facebook page, and Instagram as well. And the carpet stretching, we generally don't do that. What happens there is, you get an older carpet and you stretch it and it tears, and then you have a disappointed customer.
Right.
And we really try to avoid having disappointed customers.
Yeah, nope, I don't blame you. Yeah.
So we don't do a lot of that.
And Deb has a question too. She said, if you use floor mat in front of your stove or sink, does it affect the color of the LVP flooring by discoloring it? I guess that would be over time.
That would be over time. And if you have a ton of sunlight coming in, what will happen is the area under the rug doesn't have that sunlight.
Right.
And so it stays the same color, and the rest of the floor is changing. So that would be the only,
I would assume that's the same way with furniture and everything else, if you have a lot of light coming into to that. So, all right. Well, before we go, guys, let's go ahead and draw. So if you haven't, we've got a lot more people watching than what is entered. But if you are interested in getting that, do hashtag GBN Rocks right quick. And let me share the screen and get this on here. And we are going to go ahead and draw. So good luck, everybody. We'll see who the winner is. And today's winner for the $25 gift card to Walk-Ons is Michelle Griffin. Congratulations, Michelle. We are happy for you, and I'll get that card over to you here shortly. Let me get her off here. I'm going to tell y'all what, this is a lot more work doing this when you do it by yourself. So we miss our producer, Ashley. So we're going to have to figure her out here sometime. But, guys, if you are interested in getting in touch with Mike, you can give him a call at the office at 843-461-5529. That's 843-461-5529. Or you can visit their website, which is myrtlebeach.floorcoveringsinternational.com. That's myrtlebeachfloorcoveringsinternational.com. And we've got a lot of thank yous on here, and congratulations to Michelle. So Michelle says, hey, thank you. Michelle, you can take me to lunch now. How's that sound? So before we go, Mike, let's talk about this right quick. Let me put up your number and leave that up. But I know you've not been a member of GBN for too long, but a couple months, 3 months or so now. But not just with referral networking with GBN, but tell us a little bit about what that means to you as well as being a member of GBN.
Well, it's great to become a member of the community. It's funny. I was always a traveling salesperson, and I was remote before remote was every day.
Right.
And, it was more difficult to get to know people in the community and that kind of thing. Now I go out, my wife says, man, everybody knows
Everybody
you.
knows you,
you know. So that part of it's wonderful. You know, I enjoy the social interaction and the feeling of friendship, and that was one of the appeals to me about GBN was the friendship. You know, the
Friends first, business second. Yep.
Absolutely. And you know, you get to know people and you want to look out for them.
Yeah.
You know, you trust them. They're good to you. You're good to them. And actually, that just makes the world better. So
yeah, I agree 100%. It's true. And, you know, that's exactly what sold me on GBN. And if you're out there and you've seen me in a meeting and you've heard me talk about it, that is what attracted me to them first, was that friends first, business second. And we really do try to live by that the best we can. So guys, Mike, thank you so much for joining us this week. We appreciate all your knowledge. And if you guys are interested, make sure you reach out to him. And let's see who we got on here next week. This is Brian Brady. He is down in our Pawleys Island chapter. He is with Tax Resolution Services. And it's going to be interesting because what they do is they come out to people that may have had some issues with the IRS or whatever, and they help resolve those for you. They have all kinds of programs in place that can keep that from, or, you know, from you getting into more trouble than what you need to, I guess. But Deb says, thanks, Mike. You are awesome. And we agree with that too. So, but guys, Mike, thanks so much.
Thank you.
We appreciate it. It's easy. Tell them how easy this is. I'll make it easy.
It was easy. Just stand
Exactly.
here and start talking.
That's right. So, guys, if you are interested in being on GBN Live, just let us know. Send us an email. You can reach me at todd@gbnonline.com, and we'll see if we can't get you on air sooner than later. So, guys, remember, if it's Wednesday, it's GBN Live. Y'all have a great week.